Hi everyone, the ambassadors from the Pad Project from the environmental track are here to talk to you today about cloth pads. Everything from their life cycle, how to choose one, and washing them. Without further ado, let's meet our incredible ambassadors and today's speakers.
Today we have Amy from the United Kingdom and Lydia from the United States.
So what is a cloth pad? Cloth pads are simply a sustainable alternative to disposable pads. Rather than disposing of a pad after we use it, you can wash it for repeated use. They work almost identically to your disposable pads. You place the cloth pad on the top of your underwear. Then instead of using sticky wings, cloth pads come with clasps. You then use the clasp to lock the wings in place on the outside of your underwear. So where do I start when it comes to cloth pads? There are so many different designs and types of cloth pads that it can sometimes be quite confusing and overwhelming to know where to start. Whether you're deciding to purchase a cloth pad or create your own, there are 3 things you should consider with your first cloth pad. These are 1. Bleeding patterns, 2. Fabrics, and 3. Shapes. The length of your period will also determine the number of pads you require. A cloth pad is assembled in 4 sections, which each require different materials. The topper is the fabric that is in contact with your skin. It is therefore important that this material is comfortable. The core is the absorbent layer. Some fabrics are more absorbent than others. Some are thicker and some are more breathable. Thinking about what type of flow you experience in a period will help you decide what core is best for you. The backing material rests against your underwear. Although this may seem less important, it is the last protection against pad leakage. The most common backing material is a polyester-resistant fleece. Some pads also have an additional layer of pull. This is a polyurethane laminate. If you're worried about leakage, this pull can add another layer of waterproofing to your pad. However, it does make the pad less breathable and more bulky, so it's worth considering if you think this will suit you. The third thing to consider is shape. Depending on your bleeding pattern, you might want to have a straight-shaped pad or a pad with flares. You might also want to consider having a wrap wing pad, which is a pad with very wide wings for maximum coverage. Straight pads are good if you want a less bulky pad. As cloth pads vary in length, they can be made specifically for front or back bleeders only. The varying location of flow is completely normal, and it is due to the placement of the cervix or labia. Flares with wings offer greater coverage at the both front and back of the pad. However, they still vary in size depending on needs and design. You might not get it right the first time when it comes to picking the best cloth pad for you, but luckily they are super customizable. With all the different options, you will definitely be able to find something that suits you.
Once you have your cloth pad stash, it's super important to take care of them, and we have a few tips to share. When it comes to storing used cloth pads, we recommend using a wet bag. This is a PUL-lined bag, making it waterproof. It allows the pad to stay clean and is super portable to take wherever you go. If you're storing used pads for more than a day, we recommend placing them in a dry area with lots of airflow, such as a mesh laundry bag to prevent bacteria growth. All laundry is prone to mildew, and cloth pads are no exception. When it comes to washing your pad, you can either rinse and soak it in cold water straight after use, or you can soak all your used pads at the end of your cycle. This step is super important because it washes out any excess blood before washing. Adding a scoop of oxygen bleach to rinse can help with staining. Other stain treatments include hydrogen peroxide and stain sticks. Now launder your pads with water and detergent. The simplest way to wash is by putting it through a washing machine with your laundry. Just remember to avoid fabric softeners and bleach as it ruins the absorbency and quality of your pad. After you launder your pads, you will need to dry them. You can either run them through your dryer or you can hang your pads outside to dry. And the sun just happens to be a great natural stain remover. Once your pads are completely dry, you can store them away for your next cycle. Remember, they must be fully dry before you put them away, and do not put damp pads in a storage container that does not allow for airflow. With proper care, your cloth pad can last up to 5 years. When your pad has come to the end of its life and can no longer be used, you need to properly dispose of it. The first step is to remove the snaps, whether these are metal or plastic. These can be reused or recycled. Some of the cotton or bamboo materials that make up pads can be composted. And then you want to remove any waterproof parts and discard them so that you can recycle the rest of your pad. Another option is to upcycle your pad and use it for something else. We hope you learned some information today to help you start on your cloth pad journey. Hopefully, the process seems a little less overwhelming now. In the long term, you will be able to save money using a cloth pad, and they are much better for the environment since you are using less waste each month. And why wouldn't you want your pads to be personal and styled to you? Thank you so much for watching our video from the Pad Project team. If you'd like to find out more, you can head to our website, and we hope you learned something new today.